Good morning dear students. Today in this session we will discuss about the electrical properties of the solids, and here how the solids are showing the electrical property. Based on the electrical property, how the solids are classified, let us discuss in this class. So here first we know that is electrical properties of the solids. Electrical properties of the solids. You know that some solids will allow the electricity. For example, iron, copper, like these metals which are allows the solids, they are already in the solid state. And some of the solids, like you take the plastic or the rubber, which does not allow the wood also you can take, so which cannot allow the electricity. Means some are allowing electricity, some are not allowing electricity, and some are allowing electricity in the medium range. Right, so means based on this how the solids are allowing the electricity. So based on that the solids are mainly classified into three types. The first one we have, that is conductors. Based on the electrical properties, the solids are classified into three types. First one conductor, second one we have insulators, and third one we have semiconductors. These are the three types of the classification of the solids based on the electrical property: conductors, insulators, as well as semiconductors. And now we will see how they are classified and what are the properties of each solids, like conductors. And what are conductors? Conductor means the solids which allows the flow of the electricity. Means these are the substances which allows the electricity in a range of 10 to the power of 4 to 10 to the power 7. So ohm inverse, and 10 to the power of 4 to 10 to the power of 7, ohm inverse, meter inverse. So these conductivity range, so the substances which allows the electricity in a conductivity range of 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 7, ohm inverse, meter inverse, that solids are called as what? Conductors. Means in the conductors, what is the range of conducting, that is electricity conducting range, 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 7, ohm inverse, meter inverse. And here in these kinds of the solids, in these solids what happens is, see, once you see the how they are flow the electricity, I mean these solids are allows, that is more amount of the current, which allows more amount of the current through them. So therefore these are conductors. In the conductors what happens is, see, there are two types of the bands are there, you know that, valency band and also conduction band. Valency band is formed by the valence electrons, okay, so which are the outside, that is outermost electrons in any atom, right? So this is just to take, this is a, we are taking here valency band, this is valency band, and we are taking it is conduction band. So this is valence band and it is a conduction band. In the conductors what happens is, the valence band, conduction band will merge with each other. They are very close to each other or merge with each other. Therefore the electron can easily flow from valence band to the conduction band, valence band to the conduction band. Therefore the flow of the electron easily takes place in case of these conductors. Okay, so therefore they allows maximum amount of the current. So that is, these are the, in case of conductors, the valence band and conduction band are, that is very close. There is no energy gap between the valence band and conduction band. They are merging with each other. Therefore they allows easily flow of the current. Why? Because the electrons can easily transfer from valence band to the conduction band. So therefore a conduction band to the valence band, therefore they allows easily the flow of the current. And example for these conductors we are taking, that is you can take iron, right, nickel, cobalt, like this, all metal atoms, copper, they comes under what? That is conductors. So this is first type of the solids based on the, that is electrical property. Now we will discuss the second one. Second type of the solids are, that is, you know that, so second one we are taking, so insulators. insulators. And what are insulators? These are the substances or these are the solids which are having a conductivity range from 10 to the power minus 20 to 10 to the power minus 10 ohm inverse meter inverse. Very less conductivity range. It allows very less amount of the electricity. So these type of the solids are called as what? Insulators. Sometimes very less, sometimes cannot allows. So very less conductivity range, 10 to the power minus 20 to the 10 to the power of minus 10. So these type of these are the conductivity range, and these kind of the solids are called as what? Insulator. And why they allows very less amount of the current? Why? Because in these kind of the solids what happens is the energy difference between valency band and the conduction band is high. Right? So this is the energy difference between what? Valency band and also what? Conduction band. Just you can take, this is a valency band. This is we are taking as a valency band. Right? Valency band, and you can take next one is a conduction band. Conduction band. The energy gap between valency band and conduction band is high. Right? So this is the energy. The energy difference between valency band and conduction band is high, and this gap is called as, whatever the gap is here, this is called as a forbidden gap. The energy gap between conduction band and valency band is called as what? Forbidden gap. Means energy difference is more, therefore the electron cannot easily flows from valency band to the conduction band. Electron cannot easily flows from where to where? Valency band to the conduction band. Therefore, it allows very less amount of the electricity in the range of 10 to the power minus 20 to 10 to the power of minus 10. And the example you can take like plastic, rubber. Plastic will come and wood will come, and also rubber. These are the examples we have under insulators. Okay, and this is the second type of the, that is solids based on the electrical properties. And third one is very important, and about this we learn in the physics also, but we are discussing now here. So that is, so here third one we have semiconductors. Semiconductors. These are the conductors. Otherwise, these are the substances which are having a conductivity range from 10 to the power minus 6 to 10 to the power 4. Minus 6 to 10 to the power of 4 ohm inverse meter inverse. Intermediate range. Not much low, not much high. An intermediate range of 10 to the power of minus 6 to 10 to the power of 4 ohm inverse meter inverse conductivity range. So these substances or the solids are called as what? Semiconductors. And now we will see how, what is the energy difference between these two, that is valency band and conduction band. Like we know this is a valency band. This is a valency band, and now we are taking it as a conduction band. Okay, so this is conduction band and valency band. It is a valence band and it is a conduction band. The energy difference between the valency band and conduction band is not much high. It is an intermediate range is present. So therefore, see, remember, the electron cannot easily flows from valency band to the conduction band. Right? The electron flows from valency band to the conduction band by doing two processes, either by heating the solids, otherwise by adding the impurities. By adding what? Impurities. Therefore, actually semiconductors are normally they are behaves like a insulator. But once we heat, otherwise if we add the impurity, the conductivity increases. Therefore, the allows electricity. So that type of these solids are called as what? Semiconductors. Right? Semiconductor at normal temperature they behaves like insulator. But once you start heating, then what happens? The electrons start moving from valence band to the conduction band. Then they behaves like a what? Conductors. Either by heat, not only by heating, by the addition of impurity also. By the addition of the impurity also, the electron can easily flows from valence band to the conduction band, and then the conductivity increases. Therefore, these are ordinarily insulator, or ordinarily they behave like insulator, but by heating or by adding impurity, they behave like a conductors. So these substances are the solids are called as what? Semiconductor. And what is the range of conductivity? 10 to the power of minus 6 to 10 to the power of 4 ohm inverse, meter inverse. Okay, and now semiconductors again of two types. Semiconductors are again classified into how many types? Two types. And what is the classification of the semiconductors? Let us discuss now. So the first one we have extrinsic semiconductors. So I am writing now here, this is the first one. Extrinsic semiconductors. Extrinsic semiconductors. So otherwise first we discuss about intrinsic, later on we discuss extrinsic. Intrinsic semiconductors. Intrinsic semiconductors, and the second one we have extrinsic semiconductors. Extrinsic semiconductors. Okay, so these are the two types of the conductors we have, semiconductors. Extrinsic semiconductor and also what? Intrinsic semiconductor. And what are extrinsic semiconductor? What are intrinsic semiconductor? Let us discuss now. Extrinsic semiconductor, intrinsic semiconductor means, so that is the definition for the intrinsic semiconductor can be taken as like this, right? So that is extrinsic, and also one more we have what? Intrinsic. Intrinsic semiconductor means the substances which are at normal temperature, which behaves as a insulators, but by heating, by supplying the heat or by heating, they behaves like a semiconductor. That type of the semiconductors are called as what? Intrinsic semiconductors. Listen once again the definition. These are behaves like a insulator at normal temperature, but by heating, upon supplying the heat, they behaves like a conductor. That type of the semiconductor, or that type of the substances are called as what? Intrinsic semiconductor. Example for this one we are taking pure germanium, and also what? Silicon. Pure germanium and also what? Silicon. These are the intrinsic semiconductor. Means normally they have behaves like a insulator, but by heating they behaves like a conductor. So that type of the substance are called as what? Intrinsic semiconductor. Next one, extrinsic. Extrinsic semiconductor means these are also generally behaves like an insulator at normal temperature, but by heating, normally they behave like an insulator, but by adding, not by heating, but by adding impurities. In this case we are adding impurities. So by adding the impurities, the conductivity increases. That type of the substance are called as what? Extrinsic semiconductor. Okay, normally they are insulator, but by adding the impurity they behave like a conductor. So those conductors are called as what? Semiconductors are called as what? Extrinsic semiconductor. And this addition of impurities is called as a doping. The process of addition of impurities to increase the conductivity, is called as what? Doping. Okay, and again they are of two types. Extrinsic semiconductor, this is very very important. Again we have two types, that is P type of semiconductors, and the next one we have N type of semiconductors. Okay, what is mean by the P type of semiconductor? What is mean by the N type of semiconductor? Let us we will discuss clearly. First we will discuss about the P type of semiconductors. Let us discuss the first one, P type of semiconductors. And you will get about this in the physics also. And what is mean by the P type of semiconductor? Right. So the semiconductors which are obtained by, the definition for the P type of semiconductors is the semiconductors which are obtained by doping. Doping means addition of impurities. Addition of impurities called as what? Doping. The semiconductor which are obtained by doping, that is 4th A group elements. 4th A group elements with what? 3rd A group elements. Thus remember, the semiconductor which are obtained by the doping 4th A group elements with what? 3rd A group elements are called as what? P type of semiconductor. You know that what is the general electronic configuration of 4th A group elements? NH2, NP2. Right. And now the general electronic configuration of this one is cardiac repellent we are taking NH2 NP1. NH2 NP1. So you see that why I am writing this electronic configuration means the 4th A group elements. What are 4th A group elements? You know what are the 4th A group elements? Right. So that is carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead comes under 4th A. Cardiac group elements are boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. Right. In the 4th A group elements, this is general electronic configuration, and for the cardiac group element, general electronic configuration NH2 NP1. Means the 4th A group elements contains how many number of valence electron? 4 electrons. How many number of the valence electron? 4 electron. Cardiac group elements contain how many number of valence electron? 3 electron. Means here you see that in 4th A group, how many valence electrons are there? 4 valence electrons. 4 valence. Here how many electrons are there? 3. Okay. The first electron of 4th A, first electron of 3rd A involved in the bonding like this. Right. First one, first, second, third. And to form the bond is 4th electron in the 4th A group elements. Listen once again how they are forming. 4th A group elements are doping in 3rd A. 4th A group elements contains 4 valence electron. 3rd A group elements contain 3 valence electron. Here 4 electrons are there, 3 electrons are there. First these 3 electrons and these 3 electrons forms the bonding. But to form the bond by this electron, here there is no electron. Here electron is not there. Right? It is forms like a hole. Right? It forms like a hole. Through this hole only the current flows. Therefore, so this is called a formation of hole, because the 4th electron is not there here in the 3rd A to form the bond with this electron. Therefore, it forms like a hole, and through this hole only the current will flows. Therefore, the main important point, either for a competitive examination or any theory examination here, in case of P type of semiconductor, what are current carriers? Holes are the current carrier, because the current is flows through the formation of the hole. And how the P type of semiconductors are forming? These are forming by the doping of 4th A group elements with what? 3rd A group elements. Is it clear? And next one, we are taking about the N type of semiconductors. We are discussing about the N type of semiconductor. N type of semiconductor is as like this one, but we have to make only one small change, right? And these are formed by the N type of the semiconductors are formed by the doping of 4th A group elements with 5th A group elements. 4th A we are doping with what? 5th A. 4th A group elements are doping with 5th A. Here how many electrons are there in the 4th A? 4. 5th A contains how many electrons? One more electron. 4 is over. Right. Here 4 we have. Right. And here also one more 4 electrons are there. And last one it contains one more extra electron 5. Right. Because it is a 4th A, the general electronic configuration is what? NH2 NP2. And what is the general electronic configuration of 5th A? NH2 NP3. Here how many valence electrons are there in the 5th A? 5. How many valence electrons are there in the 4th A? 4. These are 4th A electron, these are 5th A electron. Therefore, the first 4 electrons, right? These 4 electrons are forming the bond, no doubt. But this electron is excess. This electron is excess in 5th A. Electron is excess in the 5th A, and it behaves or through this electron only the current flows. Therefore, what are current carriers in N type of semiconductor? That is electrons. Very important point. In this, what are current carriers? Electron. In case of P type of semiconductor, the current flows through the formation of hole. In case of N type of semiconductor, the current flows through the formation, that is through the extra electron. The extra electron. So this is about the 2 types of the semiconductor, P type as well as N type. P type is formed by doping 4th A with 3rd A, and this is formed by the doping 4th A with what? 5th A. So this is about the electrical properties of the solids. Based on electrical property, there are mainly 3 types: conductors, insulator, semiconductor. Semiconductor basically 2 types: extrinsic and intrinsic. Extrinsic again of 2 types, that is P type of semiconductor as well as N type of semiconductor. Thank you.